I like to anally insert objects, but a normal dildo can't satisfy my needs. Can you tell me a good object to fulfill my needs?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering why I waited a full year to make this video. Well, the sad reality is some teenage memories are so cringe even I can barely stand to remember them. So instead I'll sit down and tell you all about my horrendously cringy prank interview video. This is actually a sequel to a video I made a year ago, but in case you don't remember that video, here's a quick refresher. In high school, my friends and I created a YouTube series called Challenge Showdown, and each episode one of us would have to compete in a death-defying challenge. In the previous video, I talked about the first 2 episodes, and this time around we'll cover the final 2 episodes. If you would like to watch that video, I've got a link in the description, but it isn't necessary for watching this one. However, there was one strange issue with the previous video that I think I should address. The original thumbnail was this image of me, and YouTube forcibly removed this thumbnail, claiming it to be a violation of their terms of service. Now, if you would like to play along at home, go ahead and pause the video and post in the comments section which terms of service you think I violated with this thumbnail. Okay, time's up. For some inexplicable, disturbing reason, Susan Waluigi deemed this photo of an underage me to be a violation of YouTube's nudity and sexual content policy. Now, I don't know why Susan Wojacki feels sexually stimulated by an image of underage me, but I guess I'm kind of flattered. It's not every day that the world's most humanoid horse admits to flicking her bean to your underage image. Hashtag Susan sexualizes children. Anyway, I guess I'll just change the thumbnail to this since it doesn't matter anymore. But there's no need to dwell on the recent past. Instead, let's dwell on the distant past.
And now, without further ado, let's take a look at my prank interview.
Well, actually, my prank interview wasn't until Challenge Showdown episode 4. So before we cover that, let's take a look at Biggs being tortured. The challenge for episode 3 was a little less creative than the previous 2, and it's probably something you've already seen 100 times before. The Blazon challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings, which requires challengers to eat 12 blazing wings within 6 minutes. Fans of the Wheel of Cursed Meals might recall that Biggs has a genetic issue with consuming spicy food, so thankfully fate was on our side and he was randomly selected to compete.
The whole day I was just saying over and over, man, I hope I don't have to do this. This is like the one I know I'm not going to be able to do the whole day.
So even back then you had problems with spicy food?
Well, yeah.
This is like the genesis of that?
I mean, it's like the genetic thing with my tongue that I keep talking about with the slits and whatever. Like, that's been there since birth, so I've always had issues with spice.
So when you eat a woman's pussy, you put your slit on her slit. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Before attempting the blazing challenge, the store manager has to explain the rules and the competitor has to sign a waiver just in case they accidentally choke to death on a chicken wing. This is when we learned about the rule that I now consider to be complete bullshit. In fact, the entire concept of the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazon Challenge is a total farce, and any feelings of success or triumph by victorious competitors should be taken with a massive grain of salt. I don't know if it's a liability issue or what, but the rules state that the Buffalo Wild Wings staff cannot judge the competition. Instead, the challengers' friends get to decide when each wing is completed, and the restaurant staff aren't allowed to interfere with their verdict.
One of the other things that we do as well, I'm not the judge on whether the wing is eaten or not. It is up to you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, be as mean as nice as you want.
So we can be jerks.
You really mean. There's gonna be like a little piece. Nope, eat it, eat it. I'm like,
eat that bone. you just eat the bones to be safe. Yeah.
I'll just swallow them all whole. To be safe, right? Yeah. Just dying like the first bite.
On one hand, this ends up being a severe detriment to Biggs, since the rest of us are dipshit assholes who weren't making fair judgment calls.
Really, since you're doing a challenge that's mostly about the hot sauce, it should have just been like, as soon as we don't see the sauce on the wing anymore, you should have been good. So like eating the middle part, like who fucking cares? Because there's no sauce on it.
Yeah, but it's just funny to watch myself like eat around the outside and then struggle to eat the chicken in the middle.
Yeah. We should have just called it as soon as like 90% of the sauce was gone.
Yeah, oh well.
On the other hand, the entire concept of this challenge is called into question considering there is no objective measurement of victory. Hypothetically, a challenger's table mates could claim a wing has been consumed after just one bite, and the restaurant staff would have no choice but to award their bullshit with a headband of victory and a photo on the wall. Now I know this is just a stupid gimmick at a subpar chain restaurant that is literally owned by Arby's, but it just feels wrong that victory can be achieved through the bias of loved ones rather than the consistently objective judgment of restaurant staff. What I'm trying to say is, if you've ever failed the Blazon challenge due to the time restraint, it's only because you have shitty friends. Anyway, that whole rant was pretty pointless because Biggs never made it to the 6-minute mark.
Looks like it's starting to shake.
You
Ignore
good?
the pain. Listen to the
You're
music.
good?
We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey.
This water is really refreshing.
Oh yeah, I forgot to take a drink.
It's good.
You're about 30 seconds ahead of pace.
Good. And that gives you plenty of time to cry.
The world is your own.
You are really shaking at this point. Does it just burn and feel like pain or what?
Yeah, like at that point, my entire body was just viciously shaking because my sinuses are like all starting to release at once. That spice is deep down in the slits of my tongue, and it's intensifying. Because I'm not joking, when something spicy gets down in there, it intensifies by like 100 times. And it's so much worse after
Yeah,
that.
it'd be like pouring salt on a wound, right?
Yeah.
Like just intensifies
Basically.
the pain.
The heat quickly became too much for Biggs to handle, and the challenge was automatically forfeited when he vomited onto his remaining wings.
Sorry, Brandon, come on.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
Hey, you have plenty of time. Just take a second and choke it down, dude. Take a second, come on.
Oh,
is that it?
nah.
I think we'll call that done.
That's good.
You-
Valiant attempt, though.
Good
That's
job.
pretty rough, isn't it?
Good job.
What was it like, dude?
It's terrible. I got water spill on me.
Oh, come on. You're the one complaining?
Ultimately, this episode of Challenge Showdown wasn't as cringy as the rest. Apart from the scene when the waitress wants to know why we're filming this, and I decide to explain our show to her.
So why does he have to do it? Why don't you guys have to?
We've done stuff.
Yeah.
He drank.
I don't want to hear me explain what we've done to the waitress. Oh my god. Without even hesitation, I'm like, oh, I'll be completely honest. Yeah, we had to go to Walmart and throw spaghetti all over.
5-hour energies at once.
At once, I sound like a fucking California girl.
Our other friend Jared went into Walmart with spaghetti in his pockets and then tried to pay with it and then just ran off. So we have some pretty creative.
Oh, I should be worried.
We have some pretty creative challenges.
Well, I mean, that is pretty creative to try to pay with the pockets full of spaghetti.
To just mimic some online joke of spaghetti in the pockets.
Yeah, it's pretty creative in terms of challenges. I mean, if you're going to give adjectives to describe what we were doing, creative is accurate, but it's also cringy, unnecessary,
The fact that you're
embarrassing.
saying that, or the fact that you're saying it to the waitress while she's sitting there watching me do this. Like, yeah, we went to Walmart and
I'm like,
tried to buy
I'm so proud of what we're doing here. And that just, I really do not relate to myself at this point in my life at all. And it's very painful to watch any of these videos, but you know.
And with that, Challenge Showdown Episode 3 came to a close with Biggs failing his challenge. Little did we know, the next episode, featuring a head-to-head competition between Dylan and myself, would end up being the final episode. But before we dive into that, let's dive into the ocean so we can swim with the sharks. Surfshark VPN, that is. Do you love VPNs as much as I do? Then you've got to check out Surfshark VPN. This service keeps you safe and secure online by using state-of-the-art, uncrackable encryption, full IP and DNS leak protection, and they never log any of your data. We're talking 100% privacy at an 83% discount, but only if you sign up using the promo code Simian, plus you'll get an extra 4 months free. And the best part is, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if for whatever reason you aren't satisfied with the service provided, you can get a full refund. And let's be honest, the main reason you're gonna get this is so you can watch region-locked movies and TV shows on Netflix. Did you know Dutch Netflix has all the Lord of the Rings movies plus Joker? With a deal this good, you're gonna be the one dancing in the face of a cruel society. So be sure to click my special link in the description and use promo code Simian. Now back to the show.
Oh, buddy, today's the day I've been dreading for a hot minute because we finally have to film our reactions to the final episode of Challenge Showdown. We finally get to my challenge, which is the interview from hell. And Biggs, I legitimately have not watched this footage in at least 4 years. I do not remember many of the specifics of what happens here.
I don't think I ever even watched the video once it was posted.
Why not? It was too entertaining. You didn't want to watch it?
I lived out the experience, and that was enough for me.
Here we are at our favorite place, Walmart, for the 4th challenge. Now, since me and Dylan are the only ones left in the proverbial hat,
Proverbial? Am I trying to say proverbial?
I mean, probably. And how is it a proverbial hat if Chum is holding a hat?
It's a literal hat. I don't know what this fucking retard was trying to say.
In my previous video about Challenge Showdown, I mentioned the show was inspired in part by one of my favorite comedy shows of all time, Impractical Jokers. By the way, the Impractical Jokers movie was legitimately one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. So if you'd like to see a video of me shitting all over it, let me know in the comments. However, up until this point, our challenges didn't seem all that impractical jokery. We had Chum drink a bunch of 5-hour energy, Biggs ate some spicy wings. Realistically, the pocketful of spaghetti challenge was the closest to capturing the essence of our public humiliation muses, but even that is a bit of a stretch. But here, for the 1v1 episode, we just straight up stole a game from the Impractical Jokers TV show. The rules were simple. Dylan and I would both interview a stranger on the street using a list of questions written by our opponent. And whoever is willing to read off the most questions wins. And since we were in high school, it was pretty easy to convince random adults on the street that we were filming for a school project.
right now me and Dylan both have our own blue notebook. And we're gonna write one question per page so that we don't know what the future questions are until right when we have to ask them.
You'll say that one? No. Is that a good one, Brandon?
This might be bad. I can tell by his reaction it must be bad. Real bad. Super bad. But for all you lovely ladies out there watching this video, I can say that Brandon is single and looking for some love. Look at that manly posterior.
Oh no. Is that the last one?
That's number 4.
Oh no!
That giddy expression. No woman can ever truly delight the love of Brandon.
Based on what you've seen, how far do you think either of us will get?
Give me a second now.
He decides.
I'm gonna make it to 3, you can make it 5.
I'm not even sure if I can make it to 3.
Me? I thought it was supposed to go in order of easiest to hardest.
Oh yeah, it does.
Wait, I didn't read number 5.
His face is confused and then he's all unhappy. I got this. As long as they don't walk away, I got this.
I don't think you'll make it past 4.
Since we had so much fun filming at Walmart for the Spaghetti Challenge, we thought it would be a good venue for our interviews. But a Walmart employee was quick to come out and banish us from the premises.
Alright, so I just got a worker come out and tell me that we can't film here. Shocker, we can't film at Walmart. We've never done that before. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go across the street to this strip mall because, you know, who's gonna kick us out of a strip mall? And we'll get these questions done. So, let's go. All right,
So this is probably the most difficult part, was finding just random people on the street to come be in our video.
It was really cringe.
So what we did, and I guess we don't, I think I explained it at the beginning of the video, but we weren't paying attention. We lied to these people and said we are doing a school project for journalism class, and we just need to film ourselves interviewing somebody on the street. And I think once they heard what the questions were, they realized we were completely full of shit, because there's no way this would be for a school project. But this is the guy who I wrangled up to talk to me. And again, I did not know what the questions were going to be. And right now, sitting here, I do not remember what they were. So I guess we will all find out together.
in the public asking questions to the public.
Oh, and by the way, that microphone is not connected to anything. That's a fucking Guitar Hero for Wii, like Rock Band fucking microphone. We're just using the shitty in-camera mic on my fucking 2005 video camera.
Which is why you hear the wind predominantly in the video.
It sounds like dog shit.
I'll begin the interview with the first question. What would you say would be your favorite kind of beverage?
Oh, probably a Coke or Diet Coke or something along those lines.
Sometimes when I dream, I see my sexy friend Dylan naked. Does this mean I'm gay?
Yep.
He answered that pretty quick.
Thank you for that. I like to smoke weed every day. My parole officer catches me all the time. Do you have tips to avoid being caught?
No, I don't. You're screwed.
He did not really elaborate on his answers much. Oh, God!
What kind of dare did you lose for these, by the way? And your friend's running.
Yeah, you fuckers got so embarrassed that you literally ran away and left me alone with a tripod. What the fuck? What are you thinking?
Because you're asking these questions and there's other people walking by listening to them too, and we're just gonna leave him to his own devices over here.
We're filming a video together. You fuckers can't run away. Unprofessional garbage.
We did.
Shameful. Well, I think I spelled anally wrong when I was editing this video. Maybe.
I like to anally insert objects, but a normal dildo can't satisfy my needs. Can you tell me a good object to fulfill my needs?
Your buddy.
My buddy.
Question.
And finally,
that's not so
just
bad.
this morning I killed my family. No one has noticed yet. How should I hide their bodies?
Well, that's a tough one. You better get a shovel, big vehicle, go out in the country somewhere at night.
Alright, thank you so much for this.
So, you were convinced I wouldn't make it past question 3.
Maybe I miscounted and read 4 as 5.
Or it could be you guys just thought that Dylan's questions were way more difficult than they were. Because clearly I have no shame. I just read all that shit to him really with little hesitation. And I mean, maybe it's not so hard to film yourself asking embarrassing questions to people. Maybe this wasn't the best challenge we could come up with. But then again, the fucking Impractical Jokers do it. And these questions were way funnier than the shit they have to say. Doesn't this guy go on a big rant?
Don't spoil it.
That's the one thing I remembered is this guy fucking goes on a crazy rant.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
That's the only thing I remember about this video.
How would you say you feel about the state of our nation's economy?
It's scary.
Doesn't even
put the mic in front of him.
Doesn't even attempt to use the mic at all.
Scary, but I think getting better.
That's pretty good.
I can't see what this is saying.
Would you like me to read it for you?
Can you tell me what this says? I can't read this. Just read what you think it says. Okay. Has anyone ever been as far as decided to want to look more like? Is that what it says?
Clearly he was not up to date with meme culture in 2011. You know what I'm saying, Biggs?
No, what are you saying?
Has anyone ever been decided to want to... Fuck it.
Does that make any sense to you, sir?
He hands it to him.
Has decided to want... Not that I know of.
I can't. No. So we'll leave that as a no answer.
Let's try it out. No, I don't know anything.
No answer.
Oh, God!
Which of the following phrases would you like to use to describe yourself? All answers are...
Oh, cop out. You gotta go A, B, C, and D. He just said all answers. What a fucking cuck. We should not have given him a point for this shit. He has to read the question word for word. So officially, Dylan did not get the point. I'm going back in time 10 years. Only me and Chancham won.
So would you give me half a point since I actually
Fuck no,
tried
dude.
to do
No, you
what I was
failed.
supposed to, and he didn't?
No, you were as incomplete as him. At least you didn't quit, though. So really, you guys are tied for second. Jared's in dead last, and me and Chum are in first place.
Chum had the easiest thing.
Okay. An ugly lowlife, an ugly... I guess I have to choose an ugly lowlife, don't I?
Oh, man.
It's a good thing you didn't have any other...
My questions are way fucking funnier. Come on. Come on. Is that not way better? I mean, we both had questions about being gay, I guess.
Is this the question?
What?
Where he goes on a rant?
I think it might be the next one, because it has to be about porn, I believe.
Yeah.
Just because I had to take the ugly lowlife anyway.
He keeps touching Dylan, too, and getting closer.
He keeps getting closer. Dylan has been moving across the screen. They started off in the middle.
Alright, the Bible says homosexuality is a sin, so would you like to sin with me?
Probably not today.
Thank you, sir.
Not today.
What if a minor came up to you and it's like, hey, you want to fuck? And he's like filming you. Like, man, this poor guy. And he keeps getting closer to him.
He's basically off the screen by this point.
So this is like a Mr. Hands question.
Okay. In recent years, teens watching porn has been on the rise. Is it okay for me to watch porn if it's just of two guys and a horse?
You know, I have a funny feeling about that. And that is... How do I say this? Violence, to me, is sometimes much worse than pornography would be. What is labeled pornography? I think, in many ways, violence is more pornographic than what you're describing there.
I understand. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
You bet. Have a good day, guys.
Much shorter rant than I remember.
I mean, if we... So, in a way, I agree with what he's saying that, well, like if a movie shows a lot of gory violence, it could be PG-13, but if you show tits, it's rated R. That is pretty bullshit. But to say that violence is more pornographic than porn might be a misuse of phrasing. Despite Dylan breaking the rules by handing the notebook to the interviewee, we decided to be nice and award him the point anyway. And since Biggs was now the only person remaining without a point, he decided to reward our victory by unleashing his pure incel rage on our genitals.
You both win a point.
What the fuck, Biggs? You motherfucker! You think it's funny to hit somebody in the nuts? You piece of shit! You motherfucker! You think that's fucking funny? We want to see that again? It looks like you tried to hit me.
But I didn't. Obviously, otherwise you'd be killed over.
I saw you bringing him over, and I was like,
bullshit. You think it's fucking funny?
I saw the third
if I see you make contact with my crotch, I'm fucking getting you back. Wheel 4. It's gonna be every fucking spin of the wheel, nut shot, nut shot, nut shot. You're gonna be on the floor. You motherfucker, you think it's fucking funny? Did I ever hit you in the nuts in a video? Fuck no. Now I can't have kids.
That's payback for
bullshit.
The treadmill.
Bullshit. Hitting somebody in the nuts because you're jealous that we got points in a fucking internet competition and you didn't get shit? Motherfucker. Gangster rap.
Ugly lowlife? Oh my, I felt so bad.
Motherfucker. I forgot you did that. Now I'm angry about it.
Lowlife.
Oh, that hurts.
I'm gonna investigate.
Win a point.
See, you didn't even hit me. It was open palm. You were grabbing my testes as if to check them for a lump. You degenerate sick fuck!
You got hit in the nuts and you laugh about it, and Dylan's on the ground.
Because it looks like you hit me, like you slapped my cock. You didn't even hit me in the nuts.
That was not planned at all.
You know that I drove you there, right? What's your plan here? You're gonna run away forever? Where the fuck you going?
Away from you so you didn't hit me back.
Okay.
Lucky for me, I don't have balls.
Hey!
See? I told you.
See, wait, Brandon.
All right.
Wait.
And that's the story of Challenge Showdown. A short-lived 4-episode cringe-tastic waste of time and money that can now live on through these retrospectives. They might not have entertained anybody 10 years ago when they were created, but hopefully some of you got a kick out of watching them now as embarrassing remnants of a distant past. I guess now I should probably start working on a retrospective of Mumkey's anime reviews or something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you to my Patreon supporters for making my work online possible. Special shout out to ya boy Jingles for being based and pirate-pilled. And if you're in the mood for a whole shit ton of content, check out my second channel, Simian Jimmy's Treehouse.